You were told cities are dead. Then why did New York and Los Angeles just add people while your cheap suburbs bill for space, heating, and internet exploded? The map flipped, and no one sent you the memo. Today, I'll show you how hybrid work quietly moved a quarter to a third of workdays out of downtowns, repriced proximity, and turned mid-tier suburbs into maintenance traps. And the twist: offices you hated are being converted into condos, fueling a two-tier market where only prime, transit-adjacent, fiber-wired neighborhoods win. If you're house hunting, this is the difference between building equity or burning cash. You left because the core felt hollow, streets quiet, office towers like terrariums with no lizards. So why did New York and LA add people while a lot of cheap outer ring spots suddenly stopped filling up? Because the story we bought in 2020 aged like milk. We were promised a forever backyard era. Grill smoke, sourdough, Wi-Fi in a hammock. Downtowns were done, remember? But here's what nobody tells you. The dial didn't stick at 100% remote. Hybrid settled into a lane. About a quarter to a third of paid workdays stay home. And that shift reshaped demand without deleting cities. Then international migration started backfilling cores, and the scoreboard changed. Walk through Midtown on a Wednesday. The subway cars aren't ghost trains. They're standing room midweek. Thursdays, restaurants run out of patience and ice at the same time. Lease-ups are popping near the lines that actually move, not in some lonely cul-de-sac next to a half-empty office park. It's real. It's happening. Receipts matter. Recent census vintages show both NYC and LA swinging back to growth, while the Sun Belt rush cooled off from its frenzy. Central cities are clawing residents back. That doesn't mean every address wins. It means the proximity premium got repriced, not erased. People now shop for three things like it's a survival kit: prime transit so you can dodge two-car dependency, daily life amenities within a 10-minute walk, and fiber that doesn't choke during a 3 p.m. video call. If a neighborhood ticks those boxes, demand sticks. If it doesn't, the listing photos sit and sigh. Think of downtowns like factories that turned into villages. 5 hard days became 7 softer ones. Smaller footprints, better buildings. More to do after 6. Less square footage of cubicles, more square footage of coffee, clinics, daycare, and third places that actually feel like a perk. Investors already moved. Quality over quantity. Prime assets hold rent. Older stock bleeds vacancy and concessions. That flight to quality isn't a phase, it's gravity. If the lobby feels tight, serviced, wired, and 2 blocks from a train, it leases. If it smells like last decade's carpet glue, it doesn't. So here's the thing. The cities are dead chorus missed the remix. Prime, transit-adjacent, fiber-wired pockets are winning. Middling assets are quietly flopping. And if the core is back on offense, why does your big suburban box now feel like a monthly drain disguised as square feet? Let's talk bills. You chased square footage like it was on clearance. Per square foot math looked friendly until the utility bill arrived shaped like a ransom note. Heating and cooling a 2,800 square foot shell isn't cozy living. It's running a warehouse with a toddler's attention span. Every open space bleeds air. Every vaulted ceiling is a savings account with a leak. The good enough commute suburb sounded rational in 2020. More rooms, a yard for the dog. Mortgage looked tame because rates were low and the drive was only 2 or 3 days a week. That window worked while hybrid settled in and everyone priced the dream like it would last forever. Then the bills showed up with adult supervision. Here's the catch. Costs stacked. Utilities climbed as weather swung harder. Insurance crept, then jumped. Broadband deals? Intro rate fine, real rate ugly. Maintenance on larger footprints doesn't scale gently. It compounds. You don't buy 1 air filter, you buy a dozen, twice. Your lawn isn't a vibe, it's payroll. Run the stack. A 2,800 square foot HVAC system will demand seasonal service and still throw you a compressor tantrum. A roof that size? You're timing a 5-figure replacement on a cycle that never lands when you're ready. Homeowners insurance resets higher, and every new rate feels like a dare. 2 cars become mandatory, both burning money even when parked. Delivery fees stretch because every driver is crossing low-density miles to reach your porch. Economists say more than half of the 2019 to 2023 price surge came from the remote work hunger for space. Demand spiked, but suburban supply in a lot of places didn't flex. Inelastic supply plus bigger house cravings sent prices up first, then running costs kept the tab open. Now add the tech tax. Fiber is spotty. You pay city prices for cable speeds that cough during a class Zoom and your 4 p.m. client call. That hits your income, your kids' homework, and your patience. Then rates rose. Liquidity vanished in mid-tier car-only tracks. Listings sit. Contractors are backed up. Renovations need cash you can't yank from a refi that no longer pencils. You wait, and the inspection list grows teeth. Investors see the split. Car-locked tracks with weak schools and no transit underperform. Near-transit suburbia with fiber holds value because access plus signal still sells. So that discount house? It carries a Tesla-sized monthly burn without the range. It's pricier to operate, tougher to unload, and every errand is a toll. So where's the upside? Weirdly, in the buildings you swore off. Offices. Class B offices are getting the wrecking ball while Class A rents creep up. Sounds backward, right? But here's the catch. Companies downsize desks and upgraded addresses. Prime stays sticky. Non-prime empties out. And that old toner-scented lobby? You might tour it next month with a mortgage pre-approval in your inbox. Flight to quality split the market cleanly. Prime vacancies drift lower. Non-prime pushes higher. Landlords in the middle are sweating. Refinancing gets weird. And the path of least resistance is either heavy renovation or a total pivot. You don't fight gravity. You re-tenant, rebrand, or get repurposed. Dead floors don't pay debt. Cities need residents. So conversions step in, but not as a fairy godmother. Converting an office isn't just slap in a shower and call it a day. You're solving daylight, plumbing, life safety, and unit depth before you can sell a single key fob. Reality check time. Only certain buildings work. Deep floor plates trap dark bedrooms. Plumbing stacks don't line up where you need kitchens. Window lines can be stingy. Zoning and egress chew months off the calendar. That's why the conversion set looks selective, not random. There is real money chasing it. By mid-2025, about $12 billion in U.S. office-to-residential projects targeted roughly 43,000 units, mostly in Los Angeles, New York, D.C., and Chicago. Policy nudges help, tax breaks, code tweaks, but physics and budget still decide who makes the cut. Here's where value shows up. Take a prime address, strip the cubicles, drop in residential amenities, and you get a luxury light tier that rides transit and lives near groceries, clinics, and coffee. It's not ultra high-end. It's practical nice. A gym that actually opens early. Package rooms that don't lose your stuff. Fiber that doesn't wheeze. Leftover space doesn't sit idle. Co-working and managed suites plug in, turning the building into a small ecosystem. Fewer dedicated desks. More flex, more events, more life in the lobby. It activates the block without pretending 9 to 5 is back. This isn't just American weirdness. Europe and APAC show the same gap. Prime submarkets stay tight under 3-day office norms. Older stock lags and retrofits outrun new builds. Transit plus amenities wins. Stale space sulks.